Good day, good noon, good whatever. I am Adventure Argonaut. This is Rogue Trader, and we are back once again to go explore space. Last time we solved the mysteries of Janus and dealt with some Slaanesh cultists, and then we went out to explore space or the void. And now we're gonna try to find, is it Kiava Gamma? Was that the Forge planet or whatever the technical term is? And my streams look fine. Let's double check. Yes, alright. So let's load and play the game. And actually, yesterday after the stream, I replayed one section because there was the spaceship here, Fireborn, I think was the name, and because I was curious, because I was like, what loot did we get from it? And now I think I organized the loot already and sent some stuff into the cargo after that. But it was just briefly replayed the shuttle because the mission, because there were few different routes, and I happened to check that if you go to the bridge that the game sort of warned you against, that then you uncover a new rumor, and then later on it's gonna give more loot. So I wanted to do that, but yeah, that's not much. And well, I looked around a little bit. Should I? Let's see if I can. Was there somebody I was supposed to talk to? On board ship. But yeah, I didn't save after that. I was just curious because I really do like this game. So, but that would be cheating to actually play properly off stream. I wanted to discuss the nature of your mission. Yeah, I thought we should ask him about his mission.
But not here. I wouldn't want our conversation to be gossip fodder on the bridge and in the officers' mess.
Thank you for finding an opportunity to talk. I trust now would be a good time to explain the reason for my return aboard your ship. I welcome the chance to assist the Inquisition with its inquiries on Kallax. Lord Captain, your enthusiasm is commendable. The interrogator smiles, but his eyes remain cold. To business then. The cult of the Final Dawn. The madmen preach their heretical doctrine among the denizens of Coronis Expanse and instigate crimes against the throne and humanity. One such crime took place in your protectorate. The Lord Inquisitor considered it necessary to have one of his acolytes accompany the rogue trader on the voyage into the corrupted region. I also need to meet with one of my observers in the capital world of your domain. Lord Imperium succeeded. Why would Ordo Xenos agents investigate a chaos cult? You are well versed in how the Inquisition is organized, Adolf Argonaut. Yes, initially our arrival in the Coronis Expanse was dictated by the need to fight the Xenos. But there is more. The cult is tangentially related to my main specialization. Perhaps I will be able to reveal the full truth someday. But right now I ask you to display humility and patience. The Lord Inquisitor mentioned in his letter that he is willing to show lenience toward my actions that would otherwise be interpreted as radical. Heinrich nods. That is correct. I should show greater tolerance for the mistakes of a newly appointed rogue trader. To be frank, I am surprised. The Lord Inquisitor is not the type to indulge the weakness of soul and mind, even in someone who only recently accepted the burden of a lofty title. You have spies on the Von Valencia's worlds. The person I mentioned is not a spy, but a planet secretary in the administrative department on Dargonus. The planet's governor and Theodora were fully aware of his status. His duty is to fulfill the sacred oath to the Golden Throne and eliminate threats to the Imperium, which the Coronus Expanse has in abundance. His name is Achilleas Skylander. As soon as we contact Dargonus, I will introduce you as the new head of the dynasty. I'm sure you will appreciate the presence of such an advisor among your subjects, and I suggest you heed his words at least occasionally. A chaos cult in my protectorate? Heinrich, are you laying an accusation against my dynasty? Chaos, tread softly, Adolf Argonaut. The main danger of secret cults and sects is that they are like seeds. They can remain in the ground for decades, safe from our scrutiny, until an opportunity to sprout, grow, and bear monstrous fruit present itself. The emergence of a cult on one of the rogue traders' planets does not mean the dynasty head himself is a chaos worshipper. Having said that, it should be noted that Theodora von Valancias was famous for her loose interpretation of the freedoms granted by the warrant. Heinrich regards you with a probing look. A bloodline can be stained by ancestral transgressions. If it is indeed so, it is in your best interest to do whatever necessary to redeem yourself, and then perhaps you will get a chance to salvage your dynasty's reputation. I want to know more about this cult of the Final Dawn. Chaos worshippers, most often agents of the throne, run into lone renegades stirring up the rabble, insane prophets and historic visionaries preaching the end of days, passing comet, a mutant rebellion, and an onslaught of monsters. Each time they come up with a new reason why people should prostrate themselves and quiver in fear. Much effort and the blood of those loyal to the Golden Throne were spent before we established the connection between those heretics. However, the cult of the Final Dawn is something greater than a gaggle of misguided seers and fortune tellers. They cleverly spread their agents all over the Coronus Expanse, disseminating heresy among the honest people of the imperial worlds. There is a certain strategy to their actions that changes whenever we get too close, and finally, they have enough military power to have had the 2 ships that we had sent after them later discovered as wreckage. The growing difficulty in making warp jumps is detrimental to us, but it is unlikely to inconvenience those who engage in vile sorcery day in, day out. Heinrich sighs. After the events of Raigad Minoris, I suspected the cult might have built its nest inside Winterscale's domain, but the latest reports indicate it is your protectorate that is harboring heretics. Being in your entourage improves my chances of getting closer to their secrets. I have already agreed to give you a place aboard my ship. What else? The rogue trader should deliver me to the system that contains the industrial world of Kiavagama. Well, that's where we are going. I will then accompany you to the surface and determine what the cult is planning and how it intends to use the resources that have fallen into their clutches, which may very well include the blessed engines of the Adeptus Mechanicus and even followers of the Omnisia themselves. I will be frank. The answer to this question is unlikely to please either of us. The machinations of chaos usually go beyond solely inflicting countless deaths and destruction. Having their plans come to fruition would lead to far more terrible consequences. One of the systems in the Coronus Expanse is already lost. May the Emperor protect us from watching this tragedy play out again. Why did your suspicion fall on Kiavagama? Disjointed pieces of data that finally merged into a single picture. Additionally, not long ago, a vessel from that world arrived on footfall. The reports from the crew were confused and alarming, making me fear a planet-wide rebellion. We met a Chaos Marine on Raigad Minoris. Do we risk running into his brothers? I have no doubt that it will happen sooner or later. Adolf Argonaut, Chaos Marines siding with the cult is very, very bad news. Most likely, they kept away until recently, pulling their puppet strings from a respectable distance. These traitors seldom show up alone. The best we can count on is having to deal with just a squad of Chaos Space Marines in the Coronis Expanse, and not an entire company. I won't let anyone throw their weight around on my worlds, be they servants of chaos, Xenos, or heretics. A commendable aspiration for a person who holds the fates of billions of people and dozens of imperial worlds in his hands, which is why you need to be ever more vigilant when looking for seeds of corruption on your planets, lest they sprout someday and spell doom for whatever is tangled up in their roots. That is enough discussion about the arch enemy's servants. Tell me about the Drukhari who stole Rykad's son. Heinrich winces. The Drukhari, one of the branches of the Eldari, an ancient and vicious Xenos race. Those creatures are living terror to ordinary people who fall prey to their raids, for the simple reason that the victims are not killed outright but instead become their playthings. Just as you and I need air to survive, the Drukhari require psychic energy born from torment and pain, which they extract from their captives with uncanny expertise. Their ships, which are difficult to mistake for any other, arrive suddenly and undetected. Sorry, coughing. My voice is still a bit hoarse and my throat doesn't like me talking too much. Their stealth technologies greatly surpass the capabilities of standard Imperium auger arrays. The objective of their raids is never to capture a world or a ship. No, they are only interested in fresh victims. After filling their holds with living captives, they disappear into the webway, a different dimension which conceals their greatest stronghold, Komarag. The Komirag, the dark city of the Drukhari, from which none can hope to escape. Heinrich studies your expression. I do not know why the Drukhari stole Rykad's son, brought about the fulfillment of the cult's prophecies. And brought about the fulfillment. Perhaps the Xenos themselves have played into the archenemy's designs, or perhaps Aurora's divinations in fact describe the Drukhari's actions. There is only one thing I can say for absolute certainty. There is no alliance between the Cult of the Final Dawn and the Xenos. It's simply impossible. Okay, I must go about my business. Anything else I need to know? Let me put it this way. You may think whatever you want of me, but my goal is not to hinder you. I am here to help you in the fight against foes that you may not even be aware of. You have my word that I will provide every assistance in uprooting the heresy that has sprouted the one Valancius worlds while the Master was away, and that I will try to be more patient with the less grievous flaws the bearers of the warrant are sometimes known to have. Yeah, I don't have an issue with the Inquisitor. Like, I think they're doing the Emperor's job. Like, of course, this guy himself is like, I feel like he has some sort of dark secret or something, but, you know, I don't think he's secretly a chaos cultist or anything. Thank you for sparing the time, Lord Captain. Lord Captain, the enforcers have discovered a mysterious tool from the armory of Ojib Morningstar officer's deck. One of the Seneschal's orders has been placed inside a safe in your quarters. Ah, okay, this is like the DLC. I noticed there's like one free DLC that I got. Yeah, so it's shovel, melee weapon. Let's see. It's not that. Maybe it would have been good in the start of the game. Not anymore, probably. Okay, let's give her the shovel. It's not like she's gonna use it, but... Yeah. Okay. Let's go back to the bridge. Guess. Yeah, let's just go to the map screen. Saving. Oh, it took a while. So I think I've scanned all of this stuff already. Chart new routes. Guess we should go this way. Just like this. This is where we want to go. Cranak. Gamma. We can't go here, so we have to go here. We gonna have few points, so maybe use 2 points to go there. Lord Captain, I keep receiving reports about malfunctions among the various ship systems. This time we are dealing with inexplicable temperature fluctuations. Thermal control failures were observed not only in individual compartments, but even in the soldiers' protective equipment. Several crew members have suffered from burns and frostbite. The tech priests are performing rites of machine spirit pacification and remain convinced that the issues were caused by the spirit's obstinacy and defiance. Their reports claim the incident remains well within scope of expected performance parameters. Over the last few days, complaints about the malfunctioning thermal controls have dwindled, but the crew members have started whispering that our vessel is haunted. The tech priest assurances that only the machine spirits' tempers are to blame for doing nothing to dissuade these ridiculous rumors. Apologies for disturbing you, Lord Captain. Just thought you should know. The Lady Navigator has successfully guided the ship out of the warp's hold and left the Sanctum Navis, but instead of going into her chambers as usual, she's headed for yours. Perhaps you will want to prepare for this meeting. So Cassie wants to spend some time with me. Or maybe she wants to complain. She's Cassia, but I don't know. That's my nickname for her, Cassie. Masters of Terras, Cassie. Greetings, Lord Captain. I meant to inform you that our journey through the warp went well. My navigator's gaze perceived the light of the Astronomicon beyond the tumultuous waves of Sea of Souls, albeit with some difficulty. The crew and the master helmsman conducted themselves adequately. My instructions during the jump helped them find their focus and guide the ship without any serious incidents. I never doubted your abilities as a navigator, Lady Cassia. My crew is fortunate to have you. It pleases me to hear this, Lord Captain. I am equally satisfied with your manner of command. Fighting awkwardly, Cassia glances around the study. I see you have many compelling works of art here, but precious few paintings. I, for one, do enjoy passing what little spare time I have with a brush in hand. Why, just recently I created a beautiful voidscape inspired by our travels together. I cannot show it to you quite yet it only exists in my mind's eye. But the imagery, oh, if you could only see. My My quarters do indeed sorely lack exquisite finery. Might I hope that your painting will soon adorn these walls? Cassia cocks her head in surprise. Do you truly wish that it would? But I must admit I'm nothing more than an amateur. You will have to forgive me, Lord Captain, but I do not think that it is such a good idea. These chambers are indeed in need of masterpieces, while I paint merely for my own pleasure. Her furtive smile speaks louder than her polite refusal. One thing I meant to tell you is that I'm quite well read, and that my knowledge is not limited to the navigator's craft. I am versed in many of the other scholarly fields, such as the centenary history of the galaxy sector, or Cassia shrugs awkwardly. Navigators are taught to familiarize themselves with the warp from childhood. Should you require my help, that is to say, my counsel, my knowledge is extensive, so please do not hesitate to ask. She fiddles with a lock of her hair while still proudly holding her chin and high and avoiding your gaze at the same time. Step closer. You have been blessed with many talents. Would you like to stay here and demonstrate some of them? Maybe that's probably too forward or something. You do not need to prove your worth to me, Cassia. With each passing day I learn about new sides of you, and you amaze me every time. You're too kind, Lord Captain. Cassia looks away, but before she does, you catch a strange, fleeting expression on her face. Could it be joy? I apologize. I must be distracting you from important matters. With this, please permit me to leave your presence, Lord Captain. Cassia gives a courteous nod and gracefully picks up her cloak and takes her leave. Okay. Let's go to the bridge. Your orders? Let's talk to this guy, maybe there's something. Pleasure to see you, Lord Captain. How may I be of assistance? Not really, okay. Let's visit the system. Argonaut 2, The Reckoning. Electric Boogaloo. Okay, let's go see. Let's scan some planets. Adamantite. Yes, it's only 2, but it's probably valuable and not that easy to come by. But this thing. What's this? Bizarre ruins. The bizarre structure observed from orbit appears to be a ruined estate of a wealthy noble. Further searching reveals the remains of an envirodome, a landing pad, and main manor. The servants' quarters. It is impossible to determine what exactly happened there. The search team has found something truly disturbing in the main hall. An opulently clothed skeleton sitting at the dinner table. The table is set with gold plates covered with old blood and piles of bones. The bones on the plates are clearly human. No other remains have been found on the estate. Search the room remains for anything valuable. Yeah, we could burn it off and let's search. The scout team returns with some expensive weapons taken from the skeleton. After finishing their report, they hurry away, whispering prayers. Assault Laska. Is that any good? Maybe for somebody. Oh, there's Promethium 7. Oh, okay. Let's get some Promethium. So we have 15. Yeah, that seems like a good amount. Let's go check the planets first. Plasteel 2. We have plenty of... Yeah, I'm not gonna waste extractium on that right now. Perhaps one day. Let's see. A Vox notification from the Augur crew drowns out the usual noise on the bridge. An Imperial vessel, the Dark Piercer, and its escort ships are headed your way. Your archives make no mention of either the ship or its owner. As you consider your course of action, the ship's captain contacts you first, introducing himself as the Pilgrim. The captain meets the rogue trader courteously, offers to purchase any information you might have on crystal phlogiston deposits. Why can't we ask this? Because we don't have phlogiston, so that's why we can't ask. Ask what the captain calls himself, Pilgrim. The captain admits he has not always done the right thing in his life, but he once beheld the blessing of the Emperor himself and has followed a special path of service to him ever since. This is the path he now treads as the Pilgrim. Ask what you will receive in return. Pilgrim has been exploring the Corona's expanse for years and knows many of its secrets. He promises to let you in on intriguing rumors that may be of interest to someone with your skills and capabilities. Tell him it's not enough. It looks like the captain of the Dark Piercer is unsurprised by your reaction. He is willing to pay in gold and securities for any information on Phlogiston. Okay, we could attack it. No, bid farewell to Pilgrim, travel onward. Oh, we got some... Pilgrim sincerely thanks the rogue trader for his meeting and asks that his offer be considered, so we get some profit factor. Dark Piercer later gives you coordinates of several systems where you may encounter it later and melts into the distorted outline of a warp portal. Okay. Then Recoliger's plot. Let's go there. A ship that once traveled the galaxy is now suspended in soylent void like a gnawed carcass of a giant monster. The rogue trader's void ship approaches the Voxmaster, reports an incoming message. A colony of the Imperium subjects have made their home in the bowels of the ship. They welcome the Lord Captain. Okay, let's visit the colony. This sounds like a trap or something. Let's see. Let's bring these characters. Let's mix up the parties every now and then. Void's men-at-arms. I live to serve your lordship. We're gonna have a meeting. Are they gonna be shot again? Welcome, your lordiness. Please come right in. Our chief will go, and you need to quit your gawking. Get to work.
With each step, I forge my destiny among the stars.
I've read about
An initial survey of the vessel indicates that my exploratory brethren have already performed a requiem right here. Further examination is inadvisable.
The plate reads Lethano's Pride. The name Lethano surfaces in your mind. The history of a family from the Corona's expanse who invested all they had in a family ship. The ship perished in the warp on its maiden voyage. The Lethano line never recovered from this crushing blow. Random loot. Yes, that's what I like. Let's
I am
steal.
satisfied with your performance for the maintenance rights on your equipment, although some of your prayers are unfamiliar to me.
Sounds like heresy.
They are rites performed by the Imperial Knight pilots of my world. I must commend you on the delicacy with which you expressed your suspicion that I was deviating from dogma.
I'm still new to the art of exploring.
I'm
I was
hunting for
told that
treasure. I'm
these
exploring
were
for treasure. Might
abhorrent
I look in your
creatures.
chest?
But you do not look terrifying. You look unusual. As do I.
Naive child. You are a monster to your own kind. Were it not for your third eye that sees Shael, the thread of your fate would have been severed at birth.
It's just stealing on all your stuff. Working area where fragments of the ship are dismantled in search of scraps of valuable metals or parts. A tired-looking woman of indeterminate age, clad in work clothes, breaks off from her task to greet you. She freezes momentarily, clearly unsure how to address you. She then says simply, "Hey, retard." Retard. Your lordship, please, excuse me, I don't really know your name. Welcome to our little colony. You may light the... may the light of the Emperor be with you and with us. My name's Reta Maxinomova. I'm in charge here. So, retard maxing. What is this place? We call ourselves Reta's crew, and this is Reta's camp. That's it, we're recallagers, scavengers in common terms. She does not speak the word scavengers with any kind of disdain. On the contrary, there is dignity in her voice, the kind with which one would announce their affiliation with a respected guild or family. Tossing a glance at Pascal, she grimly adds, "And our work is all legal, even though your brethren have no liking for us." Pascal stares dispassionately at Reza with a hint of disgust. Evidently, he has not even considered the possibility that replying to this creature's word could be anything other than heresy. What do you do here? Right now we are gutting this old heap of junk slowly but surely. That's a recolager's life for you. They drop us off at some decrepit station or an ancient battlefield, and we just sit here for years on end. We look for working tech or valuable materials or whatever else might be useful. If we find anything, we sell it to passing ships. Not the easiest job out there, but these wrecks are chock full of all kinds of dangers. And I swear it on my plasma torch, it's an exciting one for sure. These little birds got all kinds of bells and whistles. Most of the tech is dead, but we do find working pieces now and then again. We spent 2 days whole months ago clearing out the shaft we found. Finished just 3 days ago, actually. And we found this thing and a bit weird looking, but still functional. Rita's expression brightens a little. Perhaps your lordship would like to buy this component from us. I'll bet that big ship that you've got would get plenty of use out of it. Pascal's voice crackles to life imperiously. He tells her present the object, laywoman, but curiosity creeps into his voice nonetheless. Okay, let's buy the component. Well, isn't this something? The Emperor himself must have smiled upon us. Reda makes a triumphant gesture. I mean, thank you, your lordship. You'll be pleased with the results. Magnus class rechargeable battery. Okay, and we got experience. And see, we don't have to use money, so... I wonder if we just taken it from her, whether we gotten something else out of it, but I guess I don't want to be an asshole if I don't have to. Mood visibly improves. You know, your lordship, it's kind of embarrassing to offer you this, but over there in that corner there, we keep things we don't rightly understand or can't really use. You could send some of your people to check it out if you like. You clearly know more about this stuff than us. You might find something useful. You got your own ship? No, not even close to luxury like that. You could count the recollegers who got their own ship on one hand. An old worker's hand got sucked into machinery 3 times and slashed by a plasma cutter twice. Okay. We fly with whoever, mostly just taking our chances. Sometimes we hitch a ride on the promise that we'll pay with what we find later. Other times we find some other means. Risky business. Sneezed sudden. Why do I suddenly feel like sneezing? Risky business, obviously. 5 or so years back, a crew got dropped off at an abandoned station, but something wasn't right with the life support systems. The ship came back to pick them up 2 years later and found nothing but bodies. About 15 years ago, back before I had my first little one, a ship took 3 crews to locations and ran into pirates on the way back. The ships go out on expeditions for years at a time, so it was ages before. Did the guy just walk through her? It was ages before anyone realized they were missing, and it was even longer before they remembered scavengers. Plus, it took some time to find a ship that could check on them and pick them up. Long story short, all 3 crews had bought it. Yep. Can you tell me anything about this wreck? Not much. We're no eggheads, you know. We are manual labor. It's an ancient thing, pretty dangerous. We don't really know much beyond that. Before we came here, some tech priests had done their own bit of gutting. I mean, ritualing, bowing to the spirits and all that. Um, that a lot don't tend to leave a lot of valuables behind, it's true, but it's way too scary to go in before them. And hey, we dragged a dozen of their broken servitors out of the mines after. The carcasses smell awful, but you can pluck a decent number of parts out of a servitor and sell them. Doesn't seem like there's anything nasty living inside the wreck now, but the wreck itself is barely holding together. You go a couple of modules from here and that's it. You won't take another step without fearing that a broken reactor might cook you alive. Or a whole module might depressurize. Well, it's nothing we haven't handled before, so we are having a poke at it. But we don't have a clue what this ship is or who it belonged to. You take pride in your trade, I see. I sure do. It takes skill and luck and a good head on your shoulders. We risk our lives every day and crawling on top of these old buckets. If something goes wrong, we die. By the score sometimes. One moment we are there, next time we're gone, kind of like workarounds. But you know what, your lordship, our job is also has something, how should I put it, poetic about it. It rhymes. Like poetry. Hope you don't judge me too harshly and don't take it as insolence, but some people, even big people like you, don't think too highly of themselves. Let's say your ship hops into warp someday and doesn't hop out in time. And around 1,000 years later, another gal like myself who needs to feed her 3 ankle biters somehow will be rifling through the remains, looking for anything good. That's just the nature of things. Each of us comes and goes, but the way the world works stays the same. We all have our lot in life, and mine is just as good as any other. You are amusing, little monkey. Your life is shorter than a moth's. Well, that's not true. Well, I don't know what kind of moths the Eldars have. Anyway, and you spend it digging around in the carcass of dead, malevolent metal. But you speak of eternity and the stars. I like that. It is like seeing starlight reflected in a puddle. I think she used similar analogy before, like referring to us as like a mud puddle. I'd like to say there's something to your philosophy, but of course we want the dogma points. Nonsense. There are those who are great and those who are nothing. That is the nature of things. If you say so, your lordship, I'm a simple woman. Living a simple life, having simple thoughts, and if I happen to blurt out some blankam, that's just because I'm not that bright. Raider shrugs. Too dogmatic. I can take you from this place. It's not safe here. Sooner or later it'll drift somewhere so remote that nobody will ever find you again. But this is our whole livelihood, your lordship. You take us from here, what are we gonna do? Sit in some hole slaving away? Here we got our own colony, our own operation. No, this is our path. We won't stray from it. I see. Your lordship, Rita falters as flustered by her owner. Please don't take it as insolence, but it's not like I have much choice. It's not that we get well-stocked ships around here, and we could certainly use your more provisions and some warm clothes. If it's something you would be willing to provide, we would gladly barter for it with whatever we can dig up from inside the ship. Just a respectful offer of fair trade. She bows slightly before stepping aside. Sure, I don't mind helping them. I think they seem decent enough people. Small selection of valuable finds, carefully sorted and packed. Locked.
I did it?
Damaged safe contents of similar safes are destroyed when hacking is attempted. You should not try to open it just like that, but something from the environment could help. Okay, so there's like a puzzle. Something is propped against the door from the inside. You can hear piercing sounds of saw and other tools coming from behind. Okay.
Let us walk this path to the end.
A dump site of cut pieces of metal, other materials, probably from clearing out the path deeper into the ship. Oh, pile of rubbish.
The premonition
There's
runs
nothing
true.
here but cheap scrap metal.
The whispers told me how.
Among the wreckage was an instruction manual for the duty officer how to access safes. You can obtain codes from the safes by logging into the ship's cogitators. So we have to find the cogitator, I guess. And there it is. Cogitator appeared to be inoperative. Have we checked this thing already? Small selection of valuable finds, carefully sorted and packed. Is this? In this work of crude craftsmanship, you can just make out one of the depictions of the Emperor commonly seen in the Coronis Expanse. Okay. Apparatus gargles and emits strong smell of alcohol, probably not the industrial variety. Simple machinery and tools look little worn but well maintained. So wait, can we now open the safe or not? Lockpick. Ooh, that's the right kind of save name. Need key. So this is the safe. Oh, okay, there's a cogitator here. Cogitator is off but appears intact. You can try to power it from the local source. Okay.
This explorator is blessed with multifunctionality.
Find the code to the safe. Pascal. You successfully logged into the duty officer's credentials, obtain the code to the old safe. Very nice. I'm so smart, I brought Pascal with me. Fire grenade and fractal blade is Eldari. Okay, let's see. This one. Yeah, this is quite a lot better. You know, the problem is that it's Eldari blade and our Eldari here doesn't use melee weapons much, but I guess it's good if there's like enemies in close range. might be worth an attack, even though her, weapon skill isn't that good. So is that all we can find here? Who is the... Oh, Reta. Okay. It's probably all. Let's check this place still. Oh no, this is where the... How about this place? Alright, I don't think there's anything really here. Of course, maybe somebody turns out to be a traitor and they try to blow up our ship as we are leaving. Servitor. Servitor's mechanical parts produce a quiet whirring, blah blah blah. Insincere. Honor your motive force, machine spirit. Honor your engine's might. I guess we are done with this system. Profit factor. So we don't have any phlogiston or mechanisms. Maybe Kiev Gamma will have them. At least I would imagine they have those mechanical parts. Where can we find phlogiston? You can't burn stuff without it. Okay, let's go here. So this is the Eldari. They're here. Yeah, I have so few insight, so I'm gonna take a dangerous route there. Lord Captain, we have an emergency. We have received word that there has been a sighting on lower decks. The sighting of Lady Theodora. The messages we have received are incomplete and vague, little more than yelling and hysterical claims. There are reports of casualties and unrest. The compartment in question has already been sealed off, but I thought you might want to look into what you're going on for yourself. The situation is delicate, and what's especially disturbing, there are mentions of Idira at last being present at the scene. What's Idira doing there? Idira broke her micro bead, so I wasn't able to find out anything from her. But Lord Captain, Idira is a Psyker, and we are in this warp. In the warp. You're the only one who would risk setting foot in that compartment, and if you do not, we will never see Idira again. I beg you, Lord Captain, do not ignore this matter, okay? I will deal with it personally. I need the exact location. Despite the carefully maintained distance, Vigdis's voice trembles with fear. Right away, Lord Captain. It sounds like there's gonna be chaos. I think Argenta is gonna be good to have. So what's going on? Is it just a fight with demons and stuff, or is it more complicated? Echo of the past. A message has come to the bridge, reporting departed, blah blah blah, okay. Cold room. Is it a chilly atmosphere at least?
The machine god grants me insight.
The instrument terminal, an important part of the compartment's internal infrastructure, appears to be in working order. Okay. Set these a bit differently, I guess. That's good enough.
These rumors about Lord Captain Theodora, surely you do not believe them?
Of course not. I saw firsthand how... Wait, who's that there?
What's this? Cogitators regularly display reports on screens, endless chains of symbols, many of which only high-ranking tech priests can likely understand.
With each step, I forge my destiny among the stars.
Theodora. And who now deigns to grace us with their presence? Another gaggle of heretics and traitors thirsting to get their due for what they've done, or is it the leader himself who has finally grown tired of hiding behind others? Theodora von Valancios is before you, and she looks grotesque. A hole yawns wide in her chest, rusted hooks protrude from beneath her skin, and a lamben inflamed scar cuts across her throat. The figure flickers as though it is dropping in and out of reality. She looks at you with the whitish eyes of a corpse and smiles venomously. Rogue trader, we meet at last. I had grown tired of waiting for you to pay me a visit. Theodora's look is appraising, and her mocking tone turns to one of distaste. Indeed, centuries of selfless toil and effort. Everything I left behind has gone to this nonentity. Argenta's eyes spark with fury. Warp illusion begun! Argenta, my dear, there's no need to make such a fuss. Why don't we sit down over a cup of recaf like we used to? Invigorating hot drink containing caffeine or similar stimulants. So it's not decaf, it's recaf. I listened to your rapturous tales of sacred relics, portents, and your special path. You must have been so lonely without me here. No one else is willing to listen to your ravings or help you with your childish treasure hunt. Theodora laughs melodiously, almost without mockery. At the sight of terrifying Theodora, Abelard's face turns sickly pale. Throne spare us from the cursed apparitions of the archenemy. Is that what you are truly praying for? I can hear how fast your heart is pounding, Verserian. I think deep down you hope this apparition never ends. We have already met. Oh, of course, boy, for it was I who gave the order to bring you here to my ship. Oh, how I rue my decision, that decision now, and how I regret heeding the advice of my seneschal. Abelard whispers hurriedly to you. How can this be? Is it the same vision as on the officer's deck, and yet entirely different? Why does it not remember that meeting, and why does it remember that what the real Theodora did? Alas, my glorious voyage through life has ended in the dullest possible way, by death. A nuisance I staved off as long as I could, but do not weep for me, my boy. I am still keeping an eye on my property and punishing all those who failed me. Theodora bares her rotten teeth in a snarl, her laughter piercing. You are not Theodora. Theodora's dead. There's no coming back from that. I'm dead. How is that? I'm no different from those who have not yet crossed the divide between reality and eternity. I see, I speak, I remember the wrongs you all committed against me, and for all those who failed me, I have already begun extracting my retribution. I truly am Theodora, the remnants of herself that she left behind in this world. I am an echo of her memories preserved in the minds of those who cared for her. I am the taste of tears spilled for the unsaid and the undone. I am the she Darkwind Duck. I am the terror of she who failed to turn the tide of fate and refuses to look truth in the face. I am as real as the human passions that bring worlds to ruin. What do you want with me? Why were you waiting for me? Theodora wearily rolls her eyes. Matters are so dire that the pleas of one of my servants breached death's veil to reach my ears. How could I ignore such desperate cry for help? And from my little Idira, no less. And once I appeared here, of course, I had to meet the pretender who was allowed this deplorable state of affairs. If you are Theodora, then tell me who really killed you. Oh, wouldn't you like to know the answer to that question? I don't even know which would be more satisfying, to give you an honest answer or leave you to languish in your ignorance. We'll see how you conduct yourself, little boy. Where's Idira? What have you done with her? Me? What have I done with Idira? Theodora laughs mockingly. Hee hee! All I did was turn that little mutt from the fringes into a true servant of the Imperium. I gave her toys, I cleaned up her antics, I provided her with everything she could ever dream of. Oh, I had great plans for poor little Idira. I'm sorry we could not help you, but you do not belong here. Theodora tosses her head back and laughs. The scar on her throat opens with a wet sucking noise, curving into a horrible facsimile of a smile. He feels sorry for me, wretched, spineless creature. No, the only one worthy of pity here is you, boy. But do not expect any. I am not here to console you. Oh no. I'm here to seek retribution against all who failed me, my brainless crew, my useless officers, my pathetic servants who turned their backs on their mistress in her darkest hour. And worst of all, you, my dear heir, you who have undeservedly claimed the warrant and everything else that is mine. I will drag it all to the warp with me, including you. Alright, so she didn't attack yet or anything. So let's follow.
Too
The
hard
lines.
for a simple monkey.
The lines on the screen look fuzzy, as though the Cogitator's readout system or data storage has been damaged. The people's remains have been hideously mutilated. The flesh seems to have melted at the edges and is thickly coated in sticking mucus.
Stay faithful and you will be rewarded.
Random stuff. The wall lining is dented as though someone tried to break their way out. Oh, is it a purity seal? Labored, stuttering growls and periodic rattling comes from beneath the casing. Can we use this computer or cogitator? Nope.
Know your duty.
Oh, I see peoples. Okay, we cannot attack them, but will they attack us? Where did it go? I saw it right here. Huge shell ready to be loaded into the macro cannon breach. Oh, there's a barrel. Explosive barrel. Theodora. Spilled liquid, cloudy and carrying strong chemical smell. Is it like white viscous liquid? It is the coolant used to stabilize the major cogitator systems. Maybe that's the secret to cogitators, that they are lubricated with cum. Where is she? I clearly remember her being around here somewhere. What's that sound? Sounded like some demons. Oh, that's Idira. Ah, there you are, my little coward. Why won't you look at your captain, Idira? It's wrong. It's all wrong. Look at her, boy. My little Idira is utterly trapped in her visions. No matter, I will allay your doubts. Lord Captain? Idira turns her head to you, but her demented gaze only rests briefly on your face before sliding away. Up close you can see that the base of one of Idira's temple implants has blackened and melted. No, wait! Lord Captain! Lady von Valancius! Idira raises her eyes to Theodora, who stands before her. Tears stream down Idira's cheeks. You came back! Theodora clucks her tongue in sympathy, reaching out to tenderly stroke Idira's hair. Poor little Idira, there, how could I not come? You were crying for me so desperately, your pleas carried to the very depths of warp itself. The smile suddenly drops from her mutilated face. Why didn't you save me? Why didn't you warn me? Well, she's ugly, but doesn't look mutilated. Answer me, you insignificant wretch, or I'll drag the answer out of you myself. Theodora's fingers dig into Idira's scalp, meeting no resistance. Damn, it's taken Idira 3-0. Idira lets out that soul-chilling howl and tries to grab the hand tearing into her, but her fingers pass through the monster's flesh. I didn't hear anything. I didn't hear anything that could have had anything to do with you. I'm sorry, Lord Captain. I failed. Idira breaks into a strangled scream, and you feel the air around you grow rapidly colder. Argenza wordlessly swings her weapon up and aims at Idira, who is struggling in the monster's hold. Sister of Battle looks at her without an ounce of doubt of mercy. Let Argenta act dogmatic. I'm dogmatic, let's see what happens. 1 second and Idira's body sags to the floor. At the same moment you hear a terrifying sound, shrill and piercing laughter. Emperor Grand Abelard stops short, staring at the body and blinking for a few seconds before turning away. So wait, did she actually die? The figure crackling at Theodora von Valancius shudders and begins to change form. At last you begin to understand how important it is to promptly dispose of trash, but you learned your lesson too late. Too late! Okay, I don't wanna kill her, but it's like, okay, what the fuck was Argenta doing? Like, was she aiming for Theodora and missed, or what exactly happened? Or like, is she just dumb? Like, I thought, you know, she, of all people, should have some understanding what to do in a situation like this, but apparently not. Okay, that lowered my opinion of...
shall reclaim what is rightfully
I
ours.
have learned much in my exile.
Oh, I can hear my son. I'll be right back. Yes, I'm back. My son woke up already. But yeah,
We are bound by the blood of
my
martyrs.
respect for Argenta just went down. Like, why is she so dumb? Like, I don't understand how shooting Idira at that moment would solve anything unless she was aiming for Theodora. Like, which is at least understandable, but yeah, not clearly not the smartest thing to do. I'm gonna take off my shirt, it's getting a bit hot. Okay. I'm not shirtless though, I still have a t-shirt on. But I guess it's sort of interesting that this sort of, event happens that can apparently kill a party member, with fairly easily. I sort of respect that. I think now she took 2 damage, wasn't it 3, so even that is random. Iconoclast, Argenta, stop. Argenta wrinkles her nose at your shouted command and lowers her weapon for a few centimeters, but she does not put it away. Ah, okay, so she was being mind controlled, well, yeah. Persuasion. Idira, I'm your captain, not her. Listen to me and snap out of it. Idira shudders and goes limp, then she... No, yeah, it's her, not Argenta, but I don't know. Idira shudders, goes limp, then she blinks disoriented, looks at you. Lord Captain. Damn it. Theodora shoves the Psyker away with a low snarl. The rogue trader's body begins to change, losing its human shape. Chaos will devour you. It will devour everyone responsible for my death. Die, die for the delectation of my lord.
Pure cannot escape their fate.
Give me strength.
Can we move? Yeah, of course we can't move the whole party this way. Guess Mr. Versarian, he can be here. Argenta the Damo. She can be next to the barrel. I think that suits her just fine. Earliet. Sure, she has the new sword. So maybe she can try it. Right. Front line maybe here. And back line. Maybe try to defend Idira. Yeah, so she acts like an NPC in this combat, I believe.
Request approved.
I guess Pascal should go fight. Let's use these thingies before.
My vow is to serve.
Yes, let's just go and attack.
As the tactical imperative dictates.
Nice hit. 60 is not bad. I guess let's just use this on this. Oh, we can still use this as well. Manipulator push. I fell down. Ah, it's getting up still. But yeah, not a bad start. Oh, can she? Well, Furious Recycle. Okay. She's gonna blow up the barrel. Which, she's dumb, so it suits her, but maybe... What if she goes here? demons.
Doubt is for the. This is why I was chosen.
Nice. Ooh, she killed one. That's very nice.
I'll do it.
Whoa, how did you miss that one? You silly woman.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Maybe she should equip the melee weapon as a defense against the demon. Oh. Ouch. Oh, okay, there's more enemies this way. Oh. Alright. So how... Okay, they're not that far away. The enemies.
Tried and tested tactics are the best ones.
Race for impact. Sure. Nice. And let's charge this dude.
I will do my duty.
Not super effective.
Victory is imminent. It will be done.
Yeah, let's use her lucky abilities. Nice.
Step aside. The navigator is coming. Who thinks the navigator's might?
I guess we can move the warp beast about here.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
Slash. Yes, it took damage, didn't die, but how about our agenda cannot do it?
If I may.
Where's the mutant bomber? It's this way. So is there anything anything else Argonaut can shoot from here? I guess not. Oh, he would hit other people. I guess he should use this then. No. It's because he was using the wrong gun. Now he can move, so I guess we should move. But if he's gonna move here, maybe he can use the shotgun then. Sure.
My enemies shall be crushed like dust beneath my feet.
Oh. Alright, hey, we can shoot again. I don't know why the blue horrors came, but I guess it's some chaos stuff. Yeah, maybe I should mark somebody as this thing. I guess. Oh.
They who discern the future own the battlefield.
Medikit. Is she wasting?
What an unfortunate turn of fate.
Is she really wasting my resources, like grenades and medikits, like consumable items? That's something I cannot abide by. Okay, let's see. Is there? She can't really shoot anyone here. Let's try to use the sword.
I move as if unseen. I hear you moving.
Nice. That was a nice strike. So I don't think there's anybody she can target. Perfect spot.
If it serves your cause.
Whatever. Now it's Argonaut's turn. Maybe I can. Yeah, it's not moving. Yeah, let's use this.
And so shall it be done.
Okay, let's send everybody
Rejoice
a
in
bit
battle.
closer to the enemy, so we can wipe them out once and for all.
Heavy is the tread of his faithful.
My place is at the fort.
Early yet.
Swift and silent.
There is movement in the
Oh no,
Imperial.
what is it? Okay, she didn't waste any more resources, which is good. I don't think there's really... Yeah, there's no way for him really to see the enemies from here. Let's just
Let
go
my
there
enemies tremble at the sound of my steps.
and entrench.
Rejoice in service.
Round 2, fight. I guess we can move the back line here.
Request approved.
Oh, his movement is fast.
Advancing.
Sure. Even though it might not be smart to send him. Oh, he didn't even kill the guy. That's a bit sad. Well, I guess he can poke the guy.
Significant value.
So, what to do?
Running binary override.
Second weapon. Okay, sure. Let's use his gun.
I am a savant of destruction.
Didn't even kill. Alright, Mrs. Argenta. Ooh, there is somebody within range.
God Emperor, move through me. Be the fire in my heart.
Fail.
I'll do it.
Abelard.
Follow my lead.
Is there somebody he can shoot? Not really. Then let's just
Indeed,
stay defensive.
I will do my duty.
Oh, I can't even shoot this guy. Oh, we can. Okay. Oh, well, we can try. Cassie. I freaking pressed the button. The game didn't register my button press.
Emperor, give me strength. First painted black.
Okay.
I am a navigator, not a servitor. Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
Oh, you can still move a little bit. There's only 2 enemies remaining. Oh, this is an AoE attack.
Explorers know one route. Forward.
What? He missed? Hits cover. Oh, come on. Moron. Get a brain, morons.
The omniscient comprehends all.
Maybe I should bring this here. Yeah.
I know what is to come.
What's she doing? Oh, okay. She killed the monster, so I guess that's good. Idira stares at you with crazed eyes while clutching the wounds on her head. At first, no sound comes out of her moving lips. Then she coughs and weakly whispers, "Lord Captain, is it really you?" Argenta trains her weapon on Idira, watches you closely. Okay, so we could choose to let the Argenta kill her. Are you alright? Idira removes her hand from her head and tries to wipe away her tears, leaving bloody marks on her face. Then she touches her burned out implant, frowning. I don't know. It should be quiet, but in my head the whispering's louder. It shouldn't be like that. This abomination claims that you called her. Is it true? Me? Did I? Yes, Lord Captain. I think it was me who called her. I can barely remember the voices, my old, good whispers. They suddenly turned red, sharp. They started cutting, tearing, ripping me to pieces. I cried out. I called for help, and she came. Idira groans and clutches her head. Damn it, why are the voices making so much noise now? Shut up, shut up. Has anything like this ever happened to you before? Like this? Never. Well, there was something, but it was different. It wasn't as strong as or as terrifying. Apparitions appeared, mechanisms malfunctioned, the crew lost their minds. Idira breaks off. But Lady von Valancius knew about that. She said it was a small price to pay, an acceptable expense, and no Psyker immune to it. But what happened here, it was just a mistake. I won't do it again. Idira stretches her lips in a helpless smile, looking past you. There will be no more mistakes, Lord Captain. Argento grits her teeth. This is not the first time this heretic has caused the death of her crew. Do you remember the incident on the mid-deck, Idira? What did those honest souls ever do to deserve such a fate? To be turned into mutants, attack their own families? You are a monster, a heretic. If you have any humanity left in you, admit what you are. Shut up, Idira moans. Quit your preaching, you're the worst out of everyone here. The previous rogue trader has been seen on the ship recently. Was that you're doing? Yes, Adolf Argonaut. I did it a couple of times when I had too much to drink. At the time, I thought I heard her voice among all the whispers in my head. The voice was so sad, so clear, I couldn't help myself. I answered. I hoped I could reach her. There. Idira bites her lip. Ever since she died, ever since I heard her voice in my head, the whispers have gotten louder, clearer, harder to resist. You heard a warp whispering inside your head, and you answered. Are you insane, Lord Warp? Succeeding. You don't know what it's like. The most important person in your life, who's now gone forever, suddenly starts to talk to you inside your head. How could you not try to reach her? I had to. She falls silent for a moment. When she next begins to speak, it is in a barely audible whisper. I know what you're thinking. During the warp jump, when Lady Theodora came out toward us, I keep thinking about that meeting. I keep blaming myself. Why didn't I divine it? Why didn't I stop her killer? These thoughts have been playing at the back of my mind day after day, choking me with guilt. And do you know what? The one on the officer's deck, I don't know what it was, but this time here, this was the product of my guilt, an accuser straight out of my own mind. So what am I supposed to do with you now? Idira turns sharply to face you. Head of Argonaut, I know after everything I've done, you have no faith in my willpower or my strength, but I can fix everything. It's just that I'm not at my best, you see. But maybe we can find a way. To replace my implants or some other remedy, a better one. Lady Von Valencia said such a thing could be found. If not here, then elsewhere. I just need to, but we just need to find it. We need to figure out where to look for it, and we'll get it. And until then, I'll keep myself on a tight leash. And what will happen to my crew while we look for this remedy? Idira swallows and straightens. I'll pull myself together, Lord Captain. The death of Lady Von Valencia knocked me for 6, and I'll get myself under control. No more booze, no more obscura, nothing. I'll stop walking around the lower decks. I'll be stone cold sober. She determinedly wipes the tears and blood from her face. You know, like, I would just kill her, but she's a player character, so no, I won't. But like, otherwise, yeah, she should just be shot. Your worries do not interest me, but as long as you keep yourself under control and remain useful, you will live. Idira nods with visible effort and forces herself to smile. Understood, Adolf Argonaut. I swear I'll be more useful than ever before. You are making a mistake, Lord Captain. Perhaps you will find something to slow the decline, but it will not stop it. Only a miracle can save Idira at last now. Only a miracle? Oh no, it's the horse. Idira awkwardly shakes out her stained clothing. I think I'd better, with your permission, Lord Captain. She sways and takes a step back and faints. Lord Captain, Voxmaster's shaking voice comes over the comm bead. I received a report that the shooting on the lower deck had stopped. I presume you have brought the situation under control, awaiting further instructions. Okay, we can still throw her out of the airlock. Okay. I got rid of the Psyker's creations. Idira is alive and see that she gets medical attention, then put a guard on her. If she succumbs to the warp's influence again, shoot her without warning. You hear unconcealed relief in the Oxmaster's voice. Of course, Lord Captain, as you command. Ah, yeah, because they're old friends, or maybe even more. Alright. Let's loot the place. I doubt there's gonna be anything cool, though. Okay, just some knives. Oh, what's this? That looks like it might be like a proper loot box or something. Pascal.
This explorator is blessed with multifunctionality.
Battle Psyker boots. Machine right scent. Warp conductor gloves. Guardian crown. Okay. Wear against plus 10 toughness once per combat whenever the wearer's wounds drop below 35%. Wear against plus 15 wounds. So it's a hat. Who has a crappy hat? She has a crappy hat, I guess. The other stuff was some Idira stuff. Let's go loot the bodies.
Let us walk this path to the end.
I feel my age when fighting alongside.
Wait, why am I
young warriors.
keeping this? I don't want to keep these crappy knives.
Indeed. While I have my navigator skills to call upon, you are,
Okay, I guess.
statistically speaking,
Let's go.
far more likely to perish in battle. Oh, I mean, that came out wrong.
That's what he said about her. Yes, please. Is it still loading? Okay. So let's see, Idira. Yeah, she actually, the Biatch actually used the grenade and the medikit. Really can't be trusted. Where's, okay, let's give her a basic grenade and a basic medic. Yeah, definitely no more. You suck, and not in the good way. Okay, what was the stuff? There was like hat. Something for Psykers. Let's see, is this good for? No. Not at all, okay. Oh, she's heretical adherent, so she could use this. Once per turn, when the wearer uses a psychic power attack, they either restore 2 AP or take 10 warp damage. Yeah, no. Where's the garbage we got for her? Sort it. Is there a log? That should tell us what we received, right? Okay. Battle Psyker boots and Guardian crown. So it's a crown and boots. Okay. So headgear. That is. Well, no, the crown is the stuff we gave for her. The Battle Psyker boots. Okay. Wear against +6% dodge until the start of the next turn for each enemy affected by the Psy power or Psyker staff attack. Oh, she doesn't even have boots. Warp conductor gloves, that's the other thing. So yeah, it's an okay thing she has, but what's this? After triggering psychic phenomena or press of the warp, whereas psi rating is increased by +1 until the end of combat, where against momentum and temporary wounds equal to their resolve. Okay, I guess that's probably okay for her. Let's see if the endurance gloves, if there's somebody who would like to use them. No, she has the not really. Every time the wearer deals damage, the target's weapon skill and ballistic skill is reduced by 5 for 2 rounds. Yeah, I guess still she uses the eye, it should work with that. I guess that's that. Then let's level up my dude still. Call the Bold. So Bounty Hunter's next attack this turn will have additional attacks. Additional 5+5 damage. Target's ardent normally will be reduced by something. And target's armor against this attack is, if it's below 20%, dodge is also, I guess that sounds good enough. I don't wanna worry about it too much. Inspire. Let's see, I wanna get some. Target gains +30% increased hit chance on their next attack, dodge, and then. Yeah, I guess. Help my gaze. Navigator deals damage to the enemy. The enemy must pass a willpower resistance test or become immobilized until the start of Navigator's next turn. Waking Nightmare. All enemies within the area suffer a -22 penalty to their willpower and toughness until the end of combat. Zone of Fear. All creatures in the area of effect must pass a willpower resistance test or immediately move out of the zone even if they are stunned or immobilized. This movement triggers attack of opportunity from Navigator's allies who have passed the resistance test or are outside the zone. You know, in theory that might be cool, but point of curiosity. All enemies in a 6-cell radius around the target point up to 12 cells away from the navigator must pass willpower resistance test, immediately move 3 cells towards that point. Targets move even if they are stunned or immobilized. It doesn't say it triggers attacks of opportunity. I don't know. Let's take this one. So what do we awareness? Or Imperium? No, she doesn't know about Imperium. Yes, more awareness for her. Elusive Shadow. Lowest priority target, poised to strike. This Danse Macabre. Assassin dashes in a straight line for up to 3 cells, suffering damage from less damage from attacks of opportunity. No, well, she's not so dashing. I guess poised to strike sounds good enough. Overwhelming stratagem. Chooses one combat tactics area for 1 round. All attacks by allies in that area inflict the overwhelmed effect. Yeah, we didn't take it because it's the fellowship plus intelligence, and his fellowship is not. I wish I could see the character's fellowship. Like it would be really. What's the? And this is like defensive stuff. Just gonna take this one. Regardless. So what does it actually reduces? Ballistic skill, rate of fire. Okay. Bulwark. Deflection against ranged attacks. Unyielding beacon. Frost is okay. I don't know. Yeah, this sounds good enough. Like lots of people shooting him, getting bonus. Carouse. Is the chat? Is there anybody? No, nobody else is near him. Okay, Heinrichs has like okay athletics. I guess we have to take Carouse then. Reckless Rush, more movement points, stacks of versatility gain three more stacks of versatility which last until the end of the turn. Okay. Next attack this turn will cost 0 AP, will not go, so every stack of, I think, is it Heinrichs has this now? Confident approach. So, blah, blah, blah. Lots of stuff. So more deaths reduction, parry reduction. All attacks got critical hits, but militants' critical damage on those attacks is reduced by half. If the arch militant already has 4 or more attacks of Stacks of versatility. Militants' attacks always deal maximum damage as long as the archmilitant keeps the confident approach effect active. Makes a melee attack with a kick dealing 6 damage instead of weapon damage. I like kick, let's take that one. I'm streaming on Kick, you know, so as well as some other platforms. So nobody else has the same archetype. So now these two. An Imperial world character is affected by an ally's non-damaging ability or affects an ally with such an ability, their resolve is increased by 1. Cleansing Fate. Minister and Priest gains +3 armor penetration with chain and power weapons. No, she doesn't use those right now. Liturgy of Inslays. If the allies gains arc rifle. No. Last weapon, no. She's been using a bolter. Fire damage suffered by enemies currently immobilized or slowed by this Weber. No. Psyker. Weber. So many Weber stuff. Mark Weber. Don't know. Do I like any of this crap? Let's just take ready to serve. Ready to serve. Okay, alright. No awareness. Who has Cassia and Jay? They have much better Xenos. Logic, no, she's not the logical type. Lore Warp. Yeah, I think Lore Warp is good. Elusive Shadow, Poised to Strike. Assassin attacks grants in +40% dodge to the target of this attack. If this attack hits, it is an additional 26 rounded down damage increased by twice percentage of the target's missing wounds. Okay, let's see. Foreboding. Creates an area that lasts on the start of Psyker's next turn. All allies within the area gain +10 dodge, and the dodge cannot be less than 14%. I guess this might be okay, like force enemies to move towards her. Yeah. Devastating attack. I think, well, we could also try this. Yes. But the devastating attack is pretty good because it knocks down people. Destined. Psyker's armor is increased by 5. Eternal Glory. First time momentum reaches 200 during the Psyker's turn, Psyker gains stuff. Psalms of Heroes. Can he get like, yeah, Psyker Majoris? Sure, let's get that then. Let's see what he can get after that. Kill Zone. Trench line. Okay, so everybody gets more cover. Let's just get trench line. Alright, that's our leveling up. Yeah, I feel that's like a triumph after all that BS. Let's check out the system, but very, like, quickly, briefly, whatever. Tersely. Tenebris Aquivae. Idiot Lass is not dead. Unknown ships. Space battle. Okay, we went through this. A violent battle is unfolding before the rogue traders' eyes. Patrol ships from the Quarter Fleet are tearing apart two small Eldari vessels. Once they are finished with them, the Void ships gives chase after the third already damaged vessel, clearly with the intention of destroying it as well. Seeing the last ship's impending death, Earliet calls out to the Lord Captain, her voice trembling slightly. Only the rogue trader's intervention can save her kin from the massacre. Send a message to Insurdia Quarter's fleet ordering them to stop the battle. The Voxmaster relays Lord Captain's demand to stop the battle and soon returns with a reply. According to Quarter's ships, the group of Xenos are malicious criminals. They are guilty of raiding the system's planets and robbing merchant vessels. Insurdia Quarter's void ships are intent on performing their duty before the Emperor and exterminating the Xenos. Elliot sullenly watches the unfolding chase through the stained glass window of the captain's bridge. She grimly concedes that no crime should go unpunished, except her kin are flying transport ships. It would have been impossible for them to rob a ship, let alone launch a planetary raid. Vessels such as theirs simply lack the firepower to do so. The monkey are lying. I guess. Ask Quarter's Patrol for proof of the Xenos transgressions. Success. The Patrol's captain reluctantly admits there is no conclusive proof. The system is sometimes the target of pirate raids. However, this changes nothing. His servants have no mercy for the enemies of humanity. Analyze the intact Xenoship. Despite the presence of some weaponry, the Xenoship is more likely meant for transporting cargo and are the Xenos themselves rather than direct combat. Demand Quarter's warships cease fire immediately and retreat. Fail. The Dynasty Patrol will defend the Protector's orders, be it from invading Xenos or the threat of another rogue trader. Prepare for battle. Okay. If you want battle, I will give it to you. Stupid Cordas. And, you know, just for the record, they attacked me. Okay, there's two enemy ships, and they're firing on me. Yeah, you drew first blood. My conscience is clear when I exterminate you for acting like complete heretics.
I want to hear the macro cannon roar!
Maybe before we move, I should launch the torpedoes already. I'm not sure if this is the smartest move, but perhaps it is. Yes, we can shoot that one and this one.
Set course with all haste.
Post haste.
Unleash the power of our lance batteries.
I guess that's that. You will be executed for this treason. You do know that, don't you?
Let the macro cannons sing their deadly litany.
Maybe we can do this first. Let's see. Yeah, we can't quite hit that thing yet.
Unleash a barrage of destruction. Deliver their demise.
Yeah, that can't do anything. Oh yeah, maybe we can strengthen the shield. Damn it. Okay, we can. So we can't hit this. This is too close, but this guy we can hit. Yes, please surround me on both sides. My enemies. Okay, so we're gonna do this. Turning around trick.
We have a destination to reach.
U-turn.
Bring doom to our enemies.
Smite the enemies of humanity.
Indeed.
Rain destruction upon our enemies.
I hope they would collide. Yeah, we can get this guy from here. Can, alright. Shoot this guy first, like this. Nice.
No emergency beacon detected. No survivors detected.
Right, so I should be. No. Excuse me. I think this thing is on the left side, which is the correct side, not the right side.
Let the macro cannons sing their deadly litany. Unleash a barrage of destruction. Set course with all haste.
What's my shield situation? 17. Okay, maybe I will reboot my shields or something. Ah, yeah, we can also torpedo control. Damn it. So close yet so far. Okay, can we... Okay, we blew up their torpedoes with our torpedoes. Let's do another U-turn.
Bring doom to our enemies.
The enemy's void shield has been nullified.
Send our enemies to the void.
Ah, okay, we still have to move. Oh, we get to move.
Navigate us to the designated coordinates.
Right. I guess we can power the front shield a bit.
Deliver their demise.
Not the best hit.
Full speed ahead.
Boom, boom, boom. Oh, come on. You can do better than that,
Let the
surely.
macro cannons sing their deadly litany.
No, not clearly not. Ah, we still have the move. Go just
Navigate
behind
us to
them.
the designated coordinates.
Smelling your ass. Oh, can we? Oh, yes. Homing in.
Another notch on the macro cannon.
Current experience. Level up. Trophies. So we can upgrade some stuff. By the Lord Captain's order, the house quarter ships have been annihilated. Meanwhile, the wounded... No, it's not my orders. It's their orders. Well, whatever. Like, they wanted to be annihilated. Meanwhile, the wounded Xenoship is rapidly distancing itself from the recent battlefield, attempting to hide in the shadow of the nearest world. Every attempt to contact it is met with frustration. The Voxmaster reports that the vessel is in deplorable condition. Who knows how much more of the xenotechnology can endure before the irreparable happens. Eldari are too scared and resentful of the monkey for the recent deaths of their kin to answer the incoming hails. Despite this, Earlier is certain that she can convince them to cooperate with the Elantage if she is allowed to speak with them. Let Earlier speak with her kin. Persuasion only 10. That Elliot appeals to their kin's wisdom, but the words of the outcast cannot make them trust the monkey. The pain of loss fills the elderly hearts. Only recently did the humans destroy 2 vessels of the children of Assyrian, and now they offer aid. Worse, they offer aid through the mouth of their captive sister. No, Eldari will not fall for this trick. Trying to outpace the pursuit... Trying to outpace the pursuit of the next monkey vessel, the Eldari overload their voyage drives one of the damaged engines is unable to bear the strain. Before the eyes of 100 officers, the Xenoship flashes a fiery light blue through the stained glass windows as thousands of tiny shards disperse across the system, so they blow up. The bridge officers openly rejoice, offering prayers to the Emperor. Today, the Expanse is cleansed of more filth, the enemies of humanity. What is this if not his providence? Oh well. And only the thin figure of the Eldari stands motionless against the backdrop of the intricate stained glass windows, mourning the fallen in a solemn silence. Once the pain in Irliat's soul is numbed, she turns to the Lord Captain and nods, a short gesture of gratitude for their attempt to save those who could hardly be saved. Let's see. I'll repair. Guess let's save first. And there's gonna be more fighting to be done in this system. Let's repair the hull. Yes. Let's see. Should I still haven't used the RAM, but I guess we can upgrade it a little bit. Posts. Why don't we have a warp channel? Shallow jump. Oh yeah, and we can... New heading. So yeah, I think we have to like unlock this to be able to use them. So we should unlock new heading and warp channeler, I guess. New heading. And we could also get focused efforts, but maybe just new heading. And wait, warp wave. Flows of the Imperium cause an enemy ship to immediately turn 45 to 90 degrees depending on the ship's maneuverability. If the enemy ship has suffered hull damage, this abrupt turn additionally deals damage equal to from 15 to 20% of the ship hitting hull for 45-degree turn, deals the damage twice for 90-degree turn. Does not affect ships larger than cruisers. I guess that might be okay. So yeah, now we can use these as well. Let's explore the system a bit more before we go to the battle. Or welcome to stream Simbandalambalabo, or whatever his name is. Scan. I don't know if it's a bot spamming something, because I don't really understand what he's trying to say. This planet is devoid of even the most primitive forms of life. However, the crew has made quite a strange discovery. A mirror lying right in the center of the huge crater, a completely ordinary mirror in a frame by all appearances in pristine condition. Well, my first instinct would have been to destroy it, but like, we just saved. Let's see, let's take it. The mirror now hangs on the wall of one of the compartments. It looks completely normal, however, only an hour after its arrival, the Voxmaster reports that the shuttle crew has delivered the mirror. That delivered the mirror has disappeared. The people who hung the mirror also have disappeared. Even the enforcer who wandered into the compartment by mistake and stopped to fix his new non-regulation cravat has vanished without a trace. So I guess if you look into the mirror, you end up in mirror universe. Sent in a team with righteous prayers on their lips. Team sent to destroy the mirror stopped responding the moment they entered the compartment. Wait. About 3 watches after the shuttle crew disappearance, strange squelching and snapping sounds are heard coming from the mirror compartment, accompanied by putrid odor. Keep waiting. Yet more abnormal noises joined the ungodly symphony playing behind the compartment door. The squelching and snapping were soon joined by rattling, wheezing, and growling. Sensors also detected an increase in the ship's mass in the area near the compartment. Soon faint human voices could be heard, begging to be saved. Open the door. Because I just saved, I don't think I will gonna keep this result. The compartment was brimming with biomatter. Strange creatures and plants floating in streams of slimy substance revealed to be a type of mold upon closer inspection. The missing crew members were also found inside, terrified and unable to remember anything. They returned to awareness while still inside the compartment, and they had been only half an hour away from drowning in the biomatter still oozing from the mirror. Logic test succeeded. After analyzing all the available data, the Lord Captain and the officers concluded that the mirror functions in line with the rotation cycle of the planet on which it was found. During the first phase, the mirror absorbs all organic life reflected in it. During the second phase, the mirror regurgitates the organic material it has consumed, starting with the simplest organisms and progressing more complex ones. We got lots of experience, so maybe this is a good result after all. Keep the mirror. Now that we know how it works, we know what to do with it. The crew seem numb with horror as they hear the order, yet they obey without a word. The mirror remains in a sealed compartment while the ship continues its journey onward. Like, this might be a terrible idea, but for science and all that. alchemy. That seems appropriate. But maybe I'm gonna end the stream here though. Like, I wanna do more exploration, but I think my son might be getting bored and or hungry. So yeah, so that's it for today's stream. I am Adventure Argonaut. I thank you for watching and bye bye.